Hey guys, Brian with Workshop Addict, and today we have some viewer requested content. This is a small competition between the new DEWALT FlexVolt Blade Right circular saw and the OG DEWALT Blade Left circular saw. Now, DEWALT upgraded their Blade Right, and they have not and probably are not going to upgrade the Blade Left just yet. We're also going to throw into the mix the new 9 amp hour battery compared to the old or original OG battery that comes with the DEWALT FlexVolt Blade Left. With that said, all this is very new. The new blades on each matching. They're not the original blades that would come with this saw. They're slightly different, but they are labeled as FlexVolt blades. So let's get to this and try this out. Stay tuned. So I'm going to answer the blaring question that you all have is, why are we testing a Blade Right saw against a Blade Left? Furthermore, why are we testing FlexVolt against FlexVolt? And this is a user or subscriber requested test. We're going to see how close the Blade Right is, the new one, to the OG Blade Left. And in doing so, we're also going to throw the new FlexVolt battery into the Blade Left saw to see if there might be any difference in the FlexVolt batteries. There is a little bit of cosmetic differences. We're going to just see if that translates into power. Now, we do have the same blade on each of these. These are FlexVolt blades. They're not the blades that come with it, but they are 24 tooth. Again, this is going to be the DCS578 Blade Right against the DCS577 Blade Left. Both are 5800 no load RPM saws. Let's get to doing some cutting and see what we get. All right, first comparison is going to be a full depth cut in a old 4x4. We are using the original 9 amp hour battery that would come with this Blade Left saw. Let's give this a test now. Listen to see what you hear as far as the blade slowing down, and we'll also try to time this with some safety. It's a pretty good cut. Let's move over to the Blade Right. Very similar. Let's pull that battery out and try the new battery in the Blade Left. Go back to our Blade Right, make one more cut. There sure felt like a difference between the old and new 9 amp hour battery in the Blade Left saw, no doubt. Let's see what the clock has to say about that, but let's also move over and do some different cuts. All right, let's switch up the angle. We're going to do pretty much the same test. Now we just have a 2x6 and 1/2 inch OSB underneath. We're going to start with the Blade Right with the new 9 volt. Let's do the old battery in the Blade Left. Sure felt like a huge power difference there between the two. New battery, Blade Left. It's interesting here, I don't see too much of a difference. I'm going to go back to the old battery. And that's interesting because we don't usually see this FlexVolt cut out, although I am pushing it and there is a knot in each place. Huh. Let's switch up boards and do something else. Okay, we have a 2x6 again on 1/2 inch OSB. We are going to make a 45-degree cut along here. We are not going to finish it because the OSB is longer and it just don't want to get into that danger. We're going to test new battery and new battery, just give you a sense of power between the two. That did not go as planned. Okay, we're going to move over just a touch, which is going to throw us off on our next cut, but we're going to try that out just to make this work. All right, here we go. There's no doubt about it. Who's got more power? So how close is the new blade right to the blade left? That's very interesting when you really are behind the saw and feeling it. They're pretty close in certain circumstances. You can tell in different woods how things get a little bit slower on the blade right. So torque on the blade left is definitely still well above the blade right, but not like it used to be. So I'm going to go back to, if you're choosing a saw based on power, I get it, right? But if you're choosing a saw based on, you know, blade right or blade left, yes, pick the one that fits you the best and works for your environment, or most contractors are going to have both. So these two work very well. Don't pick your saw based on, I want the most powerful saw in the world. To me, I like blade left. I can see it. I'm right-handed. I can see where the blade's at. Everything's a lot closer. That's my comfort factor. This is where I go. A lot of you guys are like, I like blade right, and that's perfect, right? All we want to do is say, how close is the blade right to the blade left? And I think we did that. It's pretty close. It's pretty impressive. Now the new FlexVolt battery to the old FlexVolt battery, that's a tough one. I thought I seen a difference in the beginning, and then I'm not really 100% sure. And there was a little bit of an area where the saw stalled a little bit, which is odd. But again, I'm pushing, trying to give you guys some ideas. I don't think most people would cut like that, especially if they cared about the cut quality by any means. So I don't know that there is a difference in the reality between the two that you can feel. I'm sure there is a difference, but that you can physically feel between both saws. While I'm rocking them both out there, I don't see it. I mean, even running the new FlexVolt blade right with the old battery, I don't see a huge difference between the two. So I wouldn't run out and be like, hey, there's a new FlexVolt 9-volt, 9-amp-hour battery and buy it. I think you're good. I mean, obviously in the future, pick up the new one. It is what it is. At least with these tools, you're not going to see the difference. But we did get to a point where blade right's getting a lot closer to the power of the blade left, and I think that's cool. Last question, why in the world the hair? My wife cut my hair, and if you guys watch Peaky Blinders, I don't know if you do, you can leave me some comments below, but that's what I look like, right? I got really tight up here, and then my hair's big up top. So kids, again, bet me to wear it. I think it's fun. Hopefully you guys get a chuckle. I know we're all going through some weird times right now. Let's have some fun with it. Don't care. Leave whatever comment you want below. Let's talk about this, talk about the hair, talk about anything you want to. We'll have some fun. I always appreciate you guys stopping by. Give us a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As always, have a great day.